Going live. So officially welcome everyone. Sorry for the delayed start. As it's it's been an interesting LGS session and apparently some devilish nostalgia on y'all's part. We pick up here in Those Who Muse the Fates. Currently lacking our beloved Adaman. He is beloved for y'all, right? Y'all don't dislike him for some weird reason. He hasn't killed y'all, to my knowledge. Hasn't tried.
Yeah. I mean, he's a weird madman, but he's our madman.
He's our madman. All right. I'm actually going to ask that Aldrix, from your character perspective, to try and rehash what happened.
We fell into a lake. I fell into a lake. Sirens called to me. It was really cold. I came to my senses right in time. Swam back up. Lost some toes. And I saw that there was a skull, I think you said it was?
No skull.
Just like a chasm type deal?
Yes, sort of a fanged hole in the ground, but no skull.
Yeah. And we found a little one of those up top that would let one of us go down safely.
And being that your party loves you, knowing that you just suffered severe frostbite, they totally are going to let you rest, right?
I think we were literally going to rest.
What I mean by that is I think they volunteered you to go down.
I think I volunteered myself because I'm kind of the best mix of what we saw and can withstand and all that.
Yeah, so you're totally willing.
Yep.
Oh,
I will have to swap up some spells though.
Okay.
I assume we get our long rest.
Is that what y'all are attempting to long rest?
Most likely, yeah.
Okay. So you know what I need from the lot of you. D100s. Ooh. Ooh.
It's above, that's all that matters.
Mari, that's the wrong way.
For you.
Abarash, would you do me a solid and roll for Adaman's D100?
That I can do.
Okay. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Your rest is not pleasant. Frostbite taking its toll on your physicality. The only one that seems emotionally unscarred by everything going on in the immediacy is the ever unwavering enthusiasm of little Sarah. Making a point to visit with each of you, try and share little humors, even tucks extra blankets around your feet, Aldrix. She's trying. Morning comes. Unharried and unharassed, your party is able to rise. It is with force that you are able to push open the stiffened leather of your tent flaps, shaking free hard hoarfrost. The campfire has died out hours ago, and there's very little fuel currently present. The lake itself, the hole made previously from your descent, has iced over and thickened. Still hanging from the boughs of the tree are the two tied up sirens that you attempted to interrogate to middling success.
Well, so we've completed a long rest.
You have completed a long rest, yes.
Okay. Arash would sort of groan and sit up, clearly not having enjoyed the evening. Just turn and sort of raise an eyebrow at you all. So, well, what is the plan?
I think I'm going down.
You
I
and
suppose.
Timber.
Once I get spells all figured out.
Let's say the better we can get moving, the better. I like to be out of this cold. Maybe if you get down there and you can, we can all breathe down there. If you could return and let us know, maybe then we can all get down there.
I will do so. Okay, I think I'm as ready as I'm gonna be.
You sure? Got all your spells prepped?
Think so.
Should we invest in rope?
Yes, rope. No, the rope snapped before we could pull him out. Last time.
Are we out of rope?
More like, I'm not sure it would be able to actually pull us out.
Wait, I thought we were trying to use the portal thing here, not swim down.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't think I mean, we could try to see if the rope would go through and stay connected through a portal, but I think often it would be severed.
Okay, well, best of luck, I suppose.
So we learned how to activate this thing, right? Last time,
You are confident you should be able to activate it.
it takes like a minute.
Yes.
Okay. I will take it. I will begin to activate it.
All right.
Well, yeah, activates it. I want to try and watch it to understand, like, is it a single person transport, or is it all within, like, in between these toothy spikes? Like, could we transport more than one?
If you really want to get cozy with your buddy, you maybe are able to fit two. Or one and two children.
So it's potentially like more like a space issue of between these spikes. Okay.
Is anyone going to try and get all cozy, buddy up with Aldrich?
I think it's best you go first, so we can establish something of what it is we're actually dealing with. Then can return to us, perhaps, and let us know exactly what it is we are dealing with.
Alright. Holding your handle off and beginning your best representation of saying the words written upon the ritual. It's not great. You're a little rusty.
I'm not a wizard.
Right? Like, you're like, yeah, I think that's egret. It could just be regret.
Pretty sure the last time I did something like this, I ended up part water elemental, so.
That is the thing?
I don't want to talk about it.
You say as the platform activates and begins to descend. What you witness is it slides down in a soft diagonal angle, seeming to aim towards the lower part, the chasm. And as it does so, a wall of ice is met on either side of you, forming slow and steady steps all the way down.
I will cast Bless upon myself, because I don't think I can see anybody else, right?
If you are intent on casting it literally right as you're about to lose line of sight, you can attempt to, but as you lower and lower, you are your only target.
I will attempt to get Abrash and Ari.
Okay.
So this is like he's like riding down an escalator type thing.
Similar. So as he's working his way down, it is literally forming a pathway.
Yeah, like I guess my thought is like this is staying open behind him. He's
is.
sinking down into the ground, but it's staying open. Okay.
It is in fact like everything here in this area is icing over and forming a wall and leaving a ramp in that made up of that lower half.
Okay, so people can follow me.
Yes. What did I just delete? Okay, hang on. Let's make sure I delete the correct picture.
In that case, everybody come down.
Yeah.
It's slow going. Those who
Yeah.
step on the ice, I do need Constitution saving throws.
3 of us have a D4 to add to those.
Why not Adaman, man? What did he do to piss you off?
He's staying warm. He is like smoking, so I think it'd be okay.
That's the real reason for the con save. As he walks by you, he melts all of the Aldrich. You're not making the save. You're on the platform. Those who are walking on the ice, following behind you, need to make the save.
Need the save. And also, the one was on the D4 anyway.
Okay, just like buddy, pow, buddy, calm. That's if you guys. Oh well.
Abrash.
I mean, I was going to pause it because my thought is Abrash follow Aldrich, and my thought is we're not leaving the girls out here just
By themselves.
especially near this lake by themselves since they're coming with us. So I was going to put them in front of me.
Okay, so
And then but I don't know about the con save yet.
yeah, so Abrash, as you make it about 10 feet down, following behind, it's the walls on the other side of you seem to press closer and closer. You could hear that crack as if the water is melting and freezing by your sheer body heat alone. Of your most recent blood drinking, still that little bit of residual heat. You suffer 1 level of exhaustion as you reach the bottom.
Alright.
Okay, so we see nothing. Like we wouldn't notice anything.
He arrives
Watching
down
him.
by you, Aldrich, huffing and puffing. There is a. He's always had a paleness, but the veins running along his arms and his neck, whatever the visual ones.
Give him
are
like a quick
noticeably-
once over.
Yeah, they are noticeably sluggish.
You, sir, look tired. Nothing I can do for that.
Keep going.
Poor Adaman.
He gets down too.
He gets down, and this is where. Oh, there it is. I could have sworn there was an exhaustion tracker. There it is.
On the deep.
On the roll 20 sheet, yeah.
Where?
Many
Under
skills.
the skills, under the conditions, then exhausted. So it should actually trigger the penalties automatically.
Yep, it does.
Oh yeah.
And of course, I burned 2 great rolls.
So you are insisting the girls go down next. So Lilith, being the brave sister, barely passes. Sarah, being a little more cautious, practically piggybacks on her sister's shoulders.
They actually fly down the stairs.
Whee! The Adaman with his Presti nonsense has melted this like perfect little slip and slide for them. Ari, as your last one up, the two giantess kind of look at you and make it clear they're not going down there.
Oh yeah, I think
you know, this is land we are not to tread, but we will hold our word and protect your belongings that you're leaving behind. If you're not back within 2 cycles, we will presume the worst.
good enough for me. 2 cycles being
2
2
days.
days, 2 hours.
2 days.
Okay.
Or in their case, 2 moons.
2 months.
Moons.
Oh, 2 moon. I see what you're saying. Moon by nighttime.
Yeah.
Okay.
What is the light situation down here?
So, as the pedestal locks into place with a hearty, toothy bite, before you races out a almost teal ice blue, flooding the area with bright light. A beautiful archway, clearly of either elven or sylvan design, looms over you. As you glance, there is the mouth, the maw that you just sort of snapped shut with this platform, effectively biting into this the base of the archway. I believe someone here speaks Sylvan, if I recall correctly. Or am I mixing my parties up again?
I'm pretty sure.
Ari was.
I'm trying to find it.
I mean, you did speak to the Fae.
Yes, I have Sylvan.
Okay. The last thing I need is mix up party members again. As you come skidding down behind the party and into the main chamber, there is bite deep the flesh of the world and be full. Drink deep the blood of the world and be sated.
This is written where down here?
On the archway as you are coming from, basically walking over the platform and into where your party is kind of waiting for you.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just going to look up and like in common, just going to mention bite, full, drink, sated. Okay, got it. Sounds delightful.
Leaving out the world part, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, noted. Sarah goes, I am a little hungry. We did just kind of skip breakfast.
Do we have rations?
I'm really tired of the salt, Mr. Abarash.
Yes, I know, but this is hardly adventurer food. It will help you grow up to be big and strong.
What if I don't want to be big? You big,
The salt will stunt your growth.
Yes, you big folk keep getting into trouble. That's right. She's
That
sassing
they do.
y'all.
Well, I think that's all the food we've got for now, especially in a place like this.
Okay. She holds her hand out expectantly.
I'll pull some out of my pack. That's what I was going to start moving for until she said she didn't want it.
Okay. She'll start nibbling. Very, very grateful that she has anything to eat at all, especially with the chiding look Lilith gives her. Like, there were people starving. Just saying. We've eaten better than we have in years under the village's watch. Just saying. Beyond the archway and into the main sort of foyer of the room, the trindles, the source of light, pulse. Specifically, Mr. Almost Doctor, but not quite Dr. Aldrich, almost as if following your heartbeat.
Like the
The
arch is
like
pulsing.
the floor has this almost vein-like system that is providing the light, and it is whoop, 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 along with your heartbeat. Supposedly, as a result of you being the one who performed the ritual.
Does the light on the floor seem to be coming from where he walks?
It's explicitly lanced out from where the platform sunk in and bit, quote, into the world,
Okay.
which is just before the archway. Within the bright light, it doesn't dim so much that you are going from dim light, bright light, dim light, bright light. It's just a steady little breathing pulse. You see what appears to be a fountain on the far end.
I will approach and take a look at the fountain. I will try to perceive it, if you will.
Okay. It is very flowery in its decoration. You would imagine made of near permanently hardened hoarfrost. This is shock white ice. Just being near it, you can feel your body heat drop like about 1 to 2 degrees slowly as you linger nearby, and you're almost instantly aware that if you stand here too long, it will get worse and worse and worse.
I will take a step back and still try to see if there's anything special about it.
There is a single spout pointing out towards you. Abarosh would be the one to more recognize this almost humanoid shape with their head tilted and springing a leak from their neck.
Huh. Well,
To Aldrich, if you would like to roll your perception, there is more. That is literally what you see.
19.
This is not a fountain. This is, in fact, a frozen person. There's a darkness and a off-putting nature to it. As you look, you realize there is almost a breath coming out from where the nose should be. Whatever it is, it's alive.
Want the good news or the bad news?
let's start with the good news.
We made it here in one piece.
We what?
We made it down here in one piece.
Yeah.
The bad news is that's a person, and it's alive.
I mean,
It
We-
being
What looked like a fountain, but is really a person.
A person frozen in time.
Frozen ice.
we have dealt with.
oh, like the statue in the fountain. Sorry, I missed a little bit of
Yes.
this.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like that you're
Okay.
talking in your wife.
Oh,
Just talking in straight into her head. Joke's on us. Spaz here is actually a mind flayer.
Ah,
That's why we haven't had our OT on, because I've been trying to protect y'all from him. You're welcome.
secret's not supposed to be shared. Okay. So we leave it there? What type of a creature is it?
It is a frozen humanoid that, as previously stated, it has clearly sprung a leak from the veins on its neck.
Well, just freeze it and then it should be fine. Because I guess if it's like ice and water, then it's bleeding? Kind of.
by humanoid, are we able to perceive any additional details about it? Like, does it have pointy ears? Does it like look orcish, or does it look like human?
It is definitely more of the live variety of races.
Well,
You're over here trying to sample the menu.
Do I know of any being who would kind of look like an elf and be so in tune with ice that they would like freeze themselves or something?
Best you could think of would be a fae who either pissed off the Queen of Winter or something to that degree. But aside from the Sylvan on the arch and the overall architecture, this does not scream like this creature had a hand in their current situation.
Okay.
I'm trying to remember what we had learned about this place and the creatures because they seemed like they were undead. They said something about some entity or force down here that they were serving. I'm trying to talk out loud to remember all this.
Mm-hmm.
What exactly did the arch say, Ari?
Bite the meat of the world, and you'll be full. Drink of the world, and you'll be sated. It's at least very close.
Abrash is, as Ari is talking, Abrash is sort of drifting closer to the frozen
Back his
person.
hand.
No, Alderix. I do not think you will be stopping us this time.
Stopping what? You now are thirsty for water? It sure looks like water.
There is only one way to be sure of that.
I take several steps away.
And am I not the best suited to determine?
I will cover one of the girl's eyes if Abrash is going to do what I think he's going to
I
do.
presume innocent little Sarah.
Yeah.
Okay. So Abrash, you would like to feed?
Yes.
Okay. First things first. As you get close, you feel the same chill, the same draining that Aldrich has yet to actually warn anyone about.
Oh, by the way, it is very, very cold.
Um,
Very cold.
I mean, it is ice.
Like the same cold as out there.
it's worse. It's concentrated. So go ahead and roll to attack, sir. This is mainly for the sake of not rolling a 1.
With anything? With, like, my rapier? Or...
I'm assuming I'm attempting to feed it, correct? So it'd just be a dexterity nibble.
Alright.
I mean, I was assuming it would be some cold similar to what befell the cow.
19.
19. You watch as Arbarush's fangs come to their full length. His demeanor shifts and darkens. And as you place to hold the creature instinctually and sink in, you find that it is as skin, pliable to the touch. Your fangs piercing the liquid rushing to the back of your throat, and you begin to choke as holy water smashes into you. Smoke and pain floods you.
Arash just stumbles backwards, like smoke billowing from his mouth, grasping at his throat.
A total of 18 radiant damage.
I would quickly just instinctually whip drop a dagger or dart to his hand. Not sure what's going on first.
Do I recognize this type of reaction?
I mean, there's literal steam shooting out of his mouth. Suddenly bloodshot eyes. You have Sarah's eyes covered. Lilith comes beside you and covers her ears from all the, I'm assuming, profanities?
Yeah.
I'm torn.
What kind of bastard makes a fountain of holy water dance?
Holy water, you say? Anybody have some vial?
Oh!
Sons of bitches! Ah!
Oh,
Ari
that was
is now
great.
laughing.
Yeah, as the
Yeah.
party realizes what's going on, mind you, there is another effect because you did drink some, so it's burning all the way down. It's not quite Malort bad, but it's damn close.
I like how we assume 18 points of radiant damage is not as bad as Malart.
Sir,
It's close.
sir. You know better. That's like 20 points in necrotic.
Malart.
Um, as the string of profanities begins to die off, and you rise again. The fountain is no longer spurting or pouring out any. The creature's head is tilted upright and locked into place. And for Aldrich, Ottoman, and Ari, as well as Lilith, as her eyes aren't covered, the vampire is glowing. Holy.
This is potentially very bad. Any chance I would have any knowledge of something similar happening ever before?
You may attempt a history check. Well, actually, this would be a
Let's
religion
s-
check.
Well, I will also be doing the same, and it's the same roll for me.
Sorry, you said history or
It would be a religion check.
religion.
18.
As noted, though, Ari, you've not fed in, what, probably 3 days since you got rid of the cow? Right?
You mean
Something like that?
Abarash?
Yes, Abarash.
Unless alright.
I would literally, like, look
No,
at...
no, Ari's fine. No,
I,
I don't know
look,
what you're talking about.
I looked at Ari's name popping up in chat right as I was saying it. That's what happened. I promise. I promise. The real reason he's so critical about your feeding habits, right?
Yeah, like
You're gonna get us caught!
amateur hour
I
over
keep
here.
the kids close for their safety.
Ari, you have no idea. But he is glowing with a radiance. But
Yeah, it's probably been about then.
Arborish, you feel no compulsion to feed.
Abarash sort of looks up at the party and his eyes go wide.
Do I get anything with the 18?
Aldrich,
He's gonna turn on us.
sort of. My I would be killed after that. To be fair, you're not sure why you're not feeling the compulsion not to eat. Something about acid sprayed down the throat, and not like the happy fun pepper acid or anything like that. Doing the pepper challenge. No.
Like a different type of acid, but okay.
We're not. There's children present, sir. Aldrich, between what Ari had said and the result, there is the potential you've stumbled on a fountain of one of the first vampires, a feeding ground for her kin. You're pretty sure that had you attempted to drink, the undead lure would have called you.
Interesting.
Is this information shared?
Yes.
Why is it... Abarash sort of stands rubbing his throat. Why is it holy? How can we remove this curse?
It's not a curse, it's just a curse to you.
Ergo is a curse.
You know, many people actually prefer the holy to having their blood sucked.
Did you share the fact that this would have turned the living into
Yes.
vampire? Okay. But after which, once the statue is fully frozen in place again, a door opens behind it, sort of almost melting free from the walls of ice.
Oh. Well, that
All
was
right.
somewhat
All right.
unexpected.
Go ahead. Sorry.
Nope.
Ari's at this point gonna start like walking around the room, curious like if they can try. I don't know what the floor is in terms of have there been other creatures here. If so, like how much time has passed? At some point, going close to the statue to see, like, can we see the mouth structure? Does it seem like this creature had things? Thinking of this is like an early vampire site has him very on edge. So he's trying to get, like, is this still like an active site within the last, like within years even?
The best you can assume is that this chamber is normally flooded and accessible from things like the sirens in the lake.
This is what turned them into those things.
Is a very valid thought. And I'm assuming said out very out loud.
Yes.
Because as you look back, you can see into the lake. Not gray. There's a wall of semi-thick ice, and you can see, sort of banging on said frozen walls, the sirens trying to get in.
I think it's time we keep moving.
Yep.
Well, Abarosh, you are currently shedding light. You don't know this because the room is already bright, so you don't actually see your little Dragon Ball aura going on yet.
Yeah.
But there's a
That's the
dark door right there.
Am I the only one that sees this, or everyone sees the door?
Everyone sees the door.
Let's get going forward, I guess.
Yeah.
If you want, I can take the lead.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to break through, but I'd rather not stand around and find out.
Yeah.
I'd rather like to be out of this place.
Okay.
As I walk past Avarish, pat him on the shoulder. I guess I'll heal him a little bit.
Yeah, and I can take point if you want. I don't know that we've really been trying to be stealthy.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
So, who's taking the lead? Aldrix?
Yes.
And then Ari taking the rear guard?
Yeah, I think that works.
Does Avarish provide enough light for us to see?
Well, it's as Avarish steps through that the room alights behind you. And it is barely, as Ari, I need a dexterity saving throw from you. As Ari is in the midst of leaving the previous room, that the door begins to freeze over behind him, narrowly dodging it. And you hear the crash and slam of the lake water filling the room once more.
I hope we have an easy way out of this, because I don't want to swim out.
Yeah.
I think it was just triggered by you going through. Or at least someone, maybe.
The floor begins to pulse, steady, beginning to match once again the rhythm of Aldrich's slightly heightened heartbeat as caution begins to fill you. There, Alberish, you stare out into the darkness. What you see, your vision a little more keen at the moment as the room is slowly coming to bright light. A coffin. Ornate beyond reason. And center stage of the room.
And this is just... It's the only thing in the room?
It is the only furnishing in the room. Aside from it, there are 2 doors on left or right of said coffin.
So 4 doors in total, or 2 doors? One left, one right?
There are just the 2 doors.
Okay.
The room by
I'm
now
actually-
fills with full bright light, and it is evident that at some point this would have made a fantastic abode. Safe from prying eyes.
I love what they've done with the core.
Stab yourself just in case.
Well, I think it would be prudent to explore what is in there.
Yeah.
You wish to press forward.
Yeah, I'll try to find a spot, kind of towards a corner, I guess. Suggest that the girls can hang out in for a bit, since we don't have a place. This area is.
Okay.
Abrash will sort of look at them and raise an eyebrow as he takes another step toward the coffin.
You dare, child?
Abrash freezes. Is
We
this
all
like
hear
a
that?
voice in my head, or
It is a. It's not quite booming, but it definitely hits the walls of the chamber and settles firmly into each of your bones. I need a wisdom saving throw from the entirety of the party and the girls.
for fuck's sake?
The Aldrich
Why
is.
Union?
Is this against magic? But
Oh, fuck off, Ari.
Balance in all
Okay.
things.
Oh, I did charisma to wisdom, but it's actually too higher then.
Salt in the wound.
is this against magic for my ability?
It is not.
Okay.
Guys, calm down. Jesus Christ.
Put the vampire down.
Kat, could you be so kind as to roll me two separate d20s since you're in here? This first one will be for Lilith, second one for Sarah.
I mean, I think we're gonna have to put the vampire down. He's under the influence of the other vampire.
So, Lilith, oddly enough, looking at Abarosh, who, in your defense, Abarosh, you would have actually had disadvantage due to your closeness to this particular creature.
Oh.
But I don't think it gets any worse. So only you and the small child freeze in place as different kinds of fear seize you. Yours, your sudden awareness of the power lurking within the room. Hers, because that lady sounds scary.
That's valid.
She is clutching your back, Ari. You may actually need to pry her free if you want to try to move. Speak up, children. You dare. So far before your time.
He has led us here.
I'm a fast learner.
Am I able to talk?
Absolutely. Just keep your frightened condition in mind.
Yeah. We meant no disrespect for wandering into this place. The great one.
You
We are but simple
youthful
travelers.
ones do so much without meaning. It is a disgrace to my blessing.
Can we tell where we are pulled towards in this room? Like, is it getting more focused?
At this point, everyone who's not Abarush is pulled towards Abarush. Abarush is pulled towards the coffin.
Am I like compelled to approach?
You physically can't. But you know what you came for is right there underneath that ornate lid.
Aldrix, do you feel a change in the pull?
Yep.
I don't know when exactly that happened. It could have been at the drink. I'm not sure exactly what's up for 100%, but be aware.
You
I'm aware.
at least had the foresight, Tilda, to bring a snack.
Raising the shield. I see where this is going.
Alright, kind of widen the stance in front of the girls.
We we mean you no harm. Not wish
The
any kind of
coffin
conflict.
shakes violently. You're not sure if as a threat or in laughter. As you harm me, child?
No, no, no. I did not mean to imply that us pathetic ants could ever even touch you, great mistress. I mean we did not come with any ill intent.
Brush, how you feeling over there?
I'm feeling fine.
Deception check? I remind you, you're one level of exhaustion, sir?
Disadvantage.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
Aww.
You got one through, Abarash!
Yep. Can't always do it. Aldrix.
Like, yeah, is now the time, though?
Okay, just checking, because, what are you pulled towards in this room? Or in this space down here?
Coffin.
Because that's not the pull that we get.
No?
No.
Where are you drawn to?
I point right at Abrish.
So I do like a slight nod.
I see.
Ever drawn to me, child? And it's at that moment, like as you have turned to focus on the party, you didn't hear the lid open. The party did not notice it slide free and gently be laid against the cold floor. But a woman in a sheer lace covering has slipped up right behind him. Her skin as pale as the ice you've seen, long elven style, sylvan elven ears, and glistening fangs just next to his neck.
I throw?
You throw?
Yeah.
Roll to hit.
I mean,
For the record, she is currently covered by Abarosh.
but her head is like beside his neck, right?
Correct. It just means she has a higher AC.
Do I see Ari throwing?
Well, Sacred Flame her as well.
The answer is yes, Abarosh.
So what? Ari's throwing like a dart or something?
Yes, that is on fire.
I'm gonna try and Eldritch Blast his dart out of the air.
Give me an initiative check, the two of you.
Do we have tokens?
We
No.
can just do our...
I can just roll it.
Yeah.
Why do you torment me so?
Little thing.
Oh, sure, it's us that's tormenting you.
Oh, Abarosh. So stunned by the presence near you.
You just gotta be denied, Ari.
I was trying to type one-handed, it was not working.
Your Eldritch Blast goes wide against the small target as the dart smacks deep into the shoulder of the woman. She lets out no grunt of pain. In fact, merely turns and slowly looks down at it. reflexes, I presume.
No snacks before dinner. You gotta watch that first.
Lilith turns to you like, excuse me?
It's about to get really real in here. You might want to take some cover.
There is no need for this, friends. There is no need for violence.
Avrash, we don't see eye to eye. That doesn't mean I won't keep you off the menu. Like,
At
if
the
she makes
mention
me a
of
hostile
menu,
move, like, I'm basically just gonna ready to throw again.
You just
Sacred,
do it dark
Is there?
Sacred Flame, I believe, is the next call to action.
Yep. Dex save.
She doesn't even seem to move. More, her eyes lock on with yours, and your hand shifts to the side, smashes it into the ground beside her. And
Yeah,
there,
I'm used to that.
and there is a. Oh, she critically succeeded against you, sir.
Sir, how often do my spells go through? To be fair.
1 in every 5.
Exactly.
But there is a blissful moment, Abarash.
Yeah.
In your head, you hear, it is before your time. You are ill prepared, but you've made the journey fair. Feast I shall. And there is that sensual rush, much as you're first turning. You feel your muscles relaxing. Even the fear draining, still present. Your heart still sees, knowing that if she drinks for too long, you will cease to exist. But there's almost a wish. And as she disappears, leaving behind 2 subtle pinpricks. Sir, you have reached your 2nd tier of transformation.
Ooh. That.
You watch, comrades, his form twist and distort. His face sink and hollow. The radiance fades into him.
It's not that our time yet.
She is nowhere to be seen. All that's left is to find your way out. As poor Avrosh, you are stuck in a blissful moment, unaware of your change at the moment.
So am I in the same area as them, or? Okay.
She didn't move you.
We're in the same room, right?
Mhm.
Is there anything in the coffin now?
There is what you can only surmise a female body with a stake in its heart.
That's weird.
And it seems dead. Like, not undead, but fully finished off for a vampire?
Stake to the heart stuns them. You're pretty sure if you pull that stake out, give it a little bit of blood, she'll perk right up.
Let's not do that.
We can cut the head off.
Don't you even think about it.
It is very. I will note the physicality, the height, the weight of this individual.
very
This is
different.
definitely a different vampire. It is not the
Okay.
one who called him child. Perhaps a partner.
Perhaps it could be an ally.
Right. So we got a left door and a right door.
Just ignore the ally. Like no.
We are moving on.
I think we should finish this one off instead of leaving it. I don't know how that helps us otherwise. Having an enemy, potential enemy at our back is not helpful.
I do not think there is any need for that.
I honestly feel like we're fine just leaving it. It's stunned. It's
It is immobile.
yeah.
Yeah.
For once, I am agreeing with Abarish.
So we just had something come out of the coffin that's not here. And so if that creature comes back and removes the stake, now there's two of them. One is bad enough.
Given our experiences with the one we found just now, I do not think she is the type to work with others.
Great, so she won't care if this one's dead.
I do.
That troubles me more.
Abrash just studies Ari.
The
His new
familyhood of the traveling thing.
I'm trying to check if Ari has anything bigger than a dagger to use for this. But I mean, I would approach and plan to go to it.
So you begin to approach. It doesn't twitch. Doesn't seem to breathe.
Yeah, I'll start to. Yeah, I guess it looks like I've got a dagger. It's the biggest blade I've got.
Is he trying to remove the head of the vampire?
Yes, I am going to.
Abrash is gonna go over and like close the coffin and stand in front of it.
I need an athletics check, sir. As you try to lift the half-ton lid.
Or okay, maybe not like off, but like physically impede Ari from being able to do that.
You would side with this creature than us.
Are you not the one who is always talking of mercy? Why this creature?
No, I'm not.
This
Not for
creature
creatures like this.
This creature is harmless.
As you are now standing,
It is not.
No better than slicing the throat of a babe in the womb.
This is no babe. It is a dangerous monster. I have studied their kind. Your kind.
it will be
Could
a
say
note.
the same of me.
It will be noted that as you stand next to the coffin, Avarosh, that creature is what you were drawn to.
Don't let them cloud your mind. We've always been drawn to a location, drawn to kill things there, to work on cleansing and darkness. I intend to do that. You can help, or you can slow it down. It's going to happen.
And so we feel compelled to slay this.
You don't know what your compulsion is telling you to do, but you know that is your compulsion, that creature.
Our compulsion still to Aberrash?
Yep.
You know how we are drawn to things? I am drawn to her.
And the locations we've been drawn to before have had dark creatures to dispose of. So I don't know why you would look to stop me.
Did you not? Did you miss our chat with the crazy old woman in the huts? These are not. We are not crusading angels on behalf of holy gods. Whatever is going on with us, we have been chosen by fickle fate itself. I do not think we necessarily have to kill.
We can be pushed and poked and prodded and cajoled by fate, but they do not control my actions, and I can choose my path. And this is the choice I make here.
And I would like to, if possible, speak with the creature. And Abrash holds up his hand to sort of hold off the complaint he knows that comment will get. If it at any moment turns hostile or threatens us or the children, I will be right there beside you and we will put it down. Just as we
Inside
did.
check.
You don't wake a creature just to see how mad it is. You get rid of it while you can.
Ari. Our pull is still to him right now. I know.
Are you saying we should kill him?
I'm saying we should probably trust him let him take the lead for this.
Which is to walk by a deadly creature or to wake it up and see how mad it is? Have you met a nice vampire? The one that didn't want to eat the kids? Because neither have I. Either option of leaving it here or waking it are both very bad. I'm not going to have that in my back.
If it turns out to be dangerous, we will put it down.
It could be too late. You don't wake a creature just to see how mad it is and how strong it is.
We do not know necessarily that it will be angry. Perhaps it will thank us for waking it from 1,000 years of slumber.
Like the last one, yeah.
The last one was very nice.
Then
Lilith gives you this look of like, hold up now, I saw what she was wearing.
He winks at
Fucking pervy old man.
I will move to bypass Abrash.
And move toward the creature?
Yes.
Toward the vampire? Avrash will physically get in his way. Ari, please listen to me.
So grapple? Like, I mean,
Should
Ari
be
is set, like,
a contested shove.
Can I acrobatics around?
This would be you trying to shove past them.
So is it like athletics?
That would be a strength-based attack.
Well, no. If it's not a skill, it's different if it's a strength versus being able to use a skill. That's why, yeah, it does matter how we can, because Ari is, I mean...
You would physically have to put hands on him and shove him out of the way. That is the statement y'all have made.
Well, no, I was saying I don't want to go through. I want to go around. I want to bypass him. So, like, I will go around to the other side. I will, like, do a quick roll to, like, over the head or the foot area of the coffin to then stand up on the other side to look to strike. Like, Ari looks to go around him. Abrash is big. I don't want to go through him. I don't want to fight him directly if I don't have to.
Oh, Abrash would
Like I said,
attempt
he
to
he is physically imposing himself. So unless you are going to just constantly circle the coffin, to get by
Yeah,
him.
box him out. Defense, defense.
well, that's why I
Cover
figured like
me.
if he's standing between me and the coffin, if I roll to the other side of the coffin, he also would have to go around the coffin, which then he's no longer in between me and the coffin if I get next to the coffin. I mean, if I can't, I can't. If it's just strength, sure.
Um, I have been reminded by our quiet kitten there that yes, it would be a strength athletics from the one who is activating the shove, targeting against athletics or acrobatics. I had other systems in my head. So you got
You need a strength from me.
you need athletics or acrobatics, which I remind you, you are exhausted.
I was gonna ask. Upon feeding and vampire.
You are still
Euphoria
exhausted.
doesn't. Alright.
You initially hold your ground and almost even manage to stare down the otherwise diminutive by comparison Ari, but his will being a bit stronger shoves you, casting you aside, allowing him to step up to the coffin and to the creature. There
Ari.
inside, you see Ari now actually able to look directly in the undead creature in its slumber. Peaceful arms draped across the cross posed, legs crossed to take up as little space as possible. Underneath their right hand, a locket.
Is the pull drawing Abrash to the locket?
You
Did
have not
he sort
seen
of
the locket.
Okay.
What do you do, Ari?
Ari.
Yeah, I'm trying to go if it's in that moment of the glance at the locket, if there's reason to pause that like would really draw his attention. Because otherwise, like he's just gonna, as soon as he can get next to it, he will draw and strike. I guess we already have the dagger, so he would just go for the throat.
Okay, roll to hit. They are prone. They're not resisting. So if you hit, it'll be an auto crit. You do have advantage on the blow.
Yeah, I did say though, like his weapon that he had kind of like enhanced as his dirt, so his dagger's not as good. I think I pulled off the modifiers that he doesn't get. But I guess if it's a crit, then there's another D4.
That would, yes. There is a cold emptiness in your gut, Abarosh, as you scamper back to your feet. As you draw back the dagger, Ari, you are almost certain a tear runs down the creature's cheek.
Abrash is just sort of staring coldly at Ari, just burning into him with his gaze.
Yeah, you know what the crappy part about the dagger is? I mean, it's a horrible decapitation weapon. So yeah, I don't know if anybody's heard of him or just like when he starts in, everybody's like staring at him for. But yeah, I mean everything that's gone through for Ari, and long talks about vampires, he is locked onto this one. So he would look to repeat the blow.
Yeah, by the time that you finish hacking and sawing, the damage, Abarosh, you are certain irreparable from the first blow. So waking them would only be misery incarnate. But as you shake and twist the body, The locket falls hidden underneath her. And there is
Do I
a
still?
sudden snapping sound of the last bit of sinew as the head is pried free. You got up and were too busy staring at Ari as he went to work.
No. Pips.
Yep. Get him, Pips!
No, he wants to chew on this little bit of plastic. He like jumps at it every time he sees it. Do I still feel pulled there?
At the moment,
It's like-
it is light, but it is weighed over by the emptiness.
Do we feel any change in our?
Not yet.
Ari would turn his back to the coffin, like slump down to the ground, sitting down with his back to the coffin, let the dagger clatter to the ground.
What's the matter? Weight of your actions drives you to the earth?
I am content to have it complete. It is not a deed that I wish to have to do, but a deed that needs done.
You did not have to do it.
If you have walked my path, then you would.
I walked perhaps the opposite side of your path, Ari.
So you have no idea what this means to me.
You have no idea what that murder meant to me.
I'll just take the girls and take them to the side.
Sarah's
So
still sitting there with her ears covered.
Avrash still feels like a little pull toward.
Correct.
Still feeling that Avrash is gonna go over to the coffin and sort of look at the body, inspect it.
In your current state, it will require an investigation check.
I'll shoot him a guidance.
Nine.
It takes the better part of 20 minutes of slowly, carefully going over, trying to find whatever meaning you can.
Ari would at some point, while he's like continuing to look, like if that creature had some meaning to you, if there is meaning to be gleaned, there's a locket that may have value. And that's all I can say.
Avrash will acknowledge wordlessly acknowledge Ari's statement. Attempt to find the locket.
Eventually, you do so, having wrestled well deep into the cushions. It appears to be magically locked.
Avrash would pull it. Is it what's like case made out of? Is it like
It appears to be made out of a silvery metal that you are certain, as it reflects the entirety of the room, should reflect you as well, but fails to do so. As I note, at this tier, you have lost your reflection.
Avrash is and excuse me. Turning back, ignoring Ari, he's gonna walk over to Aldrix. Is there this is magical?
I'll take a look at it.
She had it on.
See what I can see. Arcana, Perception, what?
And it would be Arcana. If you're attempting to
Okay.
try and discern the method of locking.
I will ask for guidance. Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. You are fairly confident that this particular arcane lock will ignore spells that you're familiar with, such as the knock spell, and that it requires likely a specific place or location to be opened, or a specific person.
I will tell Alvarush that information.
Abrash will nod, hold out his hand expectantly.
I will hand it back.
I
Well,
pocket it.
It's mine now, my precious.
Abrash continues the deep sea dishes with the rest of the party. On a whim, Abrash attempts to pop up and lock it.
Doesn't budge.
Shot.
Abrash out there, huh? Very well. And then slips it around his neck.
Has your pull changed, Alvarush?
Yes. To the doors. Not to one or the other in any degree of specific.
Abrash is gonna nod and with the amulet sort of prominently displayed on his chest at this point, point to first the left, then the right door. One of them is what we need.
Of course. The pull's still not that specific.
It is not nearly specific enough, for sure. But I will note that your pull to try and do whatever it was they wanted you to do to Abrash has ceased. For better or worse.
Where's our pull? To the doors?
Yes.
I'll say if conversation dies down, Ari would stand up, clean off his dagger, kind of pull over his shoulder. So, to the left.
Or the right. I think we can decide. I will cast a vote for the left. Then Ari will do whatever he wants, I suppose.
Sounds good. Head to the left.
And I'm making a mental note. Grab hold person just in case.
You haven't? Madman.
I have other spells I need.
Do you?
Yes.
Yeah, he doesn't need hold person. Time to move.
I don't know. I'm not buying it.
It's not for sale.
Oh shit. Got him.
Mhm.
But yeah, let's go left, I guess.
All right. The wall melts away at your approach.
Make sure the girls are coming with us.
Yeah.
They are right behind you.
I'm just thinking partially because of the last door. I want to make sure they're not last through. Make sure we're a little bit tighter going through the door, just in case. Doorway.
And rightfully so. With your caution, you will not need to make the save. Pressing through, you find yourself nowhere near the lake.
Like we're above ground?
It brings you above ground, yes.
Where do we seem to be?
You are in a silver-lit grove surrounded by frost-laden trees, very much still within the same wood. But a proper survival check will get you sorted. Otherwise, you might remain lost within the Feywild.
Oh, that's
Is
solid.
there, Is there a doorway behind us?
As you settle through, the ground, the earth, ices over.
And there's not like a marking of the two thing that we rode down on, is there by chance?
Not from here, no.
Okay. I don't remember who was normally going with survival, so Aldrich, or it was me.
I think it was normally me. I will take assistance on this roll, though.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, guidance/assistance. I think assistance gives you advantage. It's probably very more helpful.
Oops, I did. That is a 12.
12. The better part of an hour, worry, linger as a possibility within yourselves. Before finally you see the two giantess sitting by the cold remains of your campfire. And as of right this second, arriving at your camp, your pool,
Yeah.
the compulsion, fades in full.
Fades in full?
There is currently nothing you are drawn to.
Well, if I remember right, we had about a day before it pulled us again.
We wouldn't schedule anything like that. That'd be weird.
The literal Sisters of Fate would never mess with us like that.
Right. It's gonna be 1.5 days this time, sir.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I guess my only thought would be, depending on, trying to think of like where we are at in this land, we don't know where we're potentially pulled to next, but heading towards someplace warmer would be nice. Depending on the time of day. Otherwise, we just hunker down for the night.
It is at this point going on just a little after noon. There's a weirdness to your presence on within the room where you feel much of the day was eaten away that otherwise shouldn't have been. Again, it's like the Feywild's really weird about time. But in Sylvan, the giants will remind you that their purpose was to see you the hell on up out of here whenever you found what it is you were looking for. Unless you would like to go and visit the Queen's Court again.
Yeah, no, let's go.
I think we can take our leave.
Yeah, a guide out here would be nice.
They get you effectively here before returning to head back to their court.
I will thank them honestly. Hopefully it won't. Perhaps if we have to come in again, I hope that you are part of the pair we are able to meet.
No response.
Yeah. I kind of like dealing with Faye. I kind of don't like dealing with Faye.
Exiting the wood, it is deep into the night already. The cold wind rising up and biting through your clothes.
Let's try to set up camp and try not to kill each other. I imagine there's still quite a bit of tension in the air.
What?
Now, how do you bring it up?
I don't think it ever left.
Ari is in decent spirits. I mean, I feel like we did a good service here today. Now, Arash might be staring at him the entire day. I don't know.
Oh yeah.
See, now it's just the other side. See, like, I do staring when he's been doing vampire stuff, and now, like, I get to do something, and you can stare back at me. It's great. It's just potato potato, give and take.
Hmm.
Yeah, if we're not within easy reach of Summerhelm, then definitely hunker down, get things warm enough for the night.
I remind you that while you, as players, see the map, you, as characters, don't actually know there's a city this close.
Okay, I don't remember what we had known map-wise.
It basically stopped right about under the river. You didn't have anything north of it.
And we didn't come through here going up, that's right. We came more
Correct.
through the forest a little bit to the west, I believe. Something like that. Okay.
Yeah, I think we basically went straight north from Landhouse.
Yeah, then if it's cold and dark, yeah, hunker down. If by chance we get lucky and in the morning we see some sort of a road, we could head that way. Otherwise, it's basically head south,
Okay.
is my thoughts, since we don't know exactly where we are, per se.
The horse complains about being out in the cold for another night.
This is always gonna complain.
It has every right to complain.
But I know.
Come morning, and as the teetering howl of the night winds cease, or at least die down a little, you catch a figure watching your camp from a air quote safe distance. It's humanoid, as best you can tell.
Perception to maybe get a better look at this figure.
Yeah, you said this is where waking? There's daylight?
There is the dim light of the rising horizon.
Okay.
So disadvantage on the perception.
Disadvantage, you said?
Yes, sir. Please let me
So
know
that's
if
a
it
10.
doesn't- Okay.
Even if we have dark vision?
Yes, it doesn't take away the disadvantage. It just lets you actually.
Okay.
You are greeted as best you can tell by the figures of 2 arms, 2 legs, and a head. It is too far out of your render distance, so to speak, to get any hard details of it. But it does not appear to be approaching. It doesn't seem to be holding like a hostile stance.
I'll try to not be like obviously staring at it, and then seeing Aldrich. Aldrich, can you make out what that is? All I can tell is
Humanoid. That's about all I got.
yeah, that's all I can see from here. Well, at least it's not coming closer, and we can pack up and get moving a little bit quicker today. Yeah, I'd like to pack up my stuff a little bit early and just have camp ready to go as the others are waking.
Rush finally wakes up.
Oh, am I cleared of exhaustion?
Yes, because you had a night's rest.
You just can't see shit because of dark.
So that was,
You likewise humanoid. And again, it was also it was still remained a disadvantage due to the lighting situation.
Oh.
So it's still a 9. So you have a humanoid, 2 legs, 2 arms, and a head. By the time you finish up packing, you all look back. The creature's nowhere to be seen.
Which side of our camp was it on?
It would have been to the northeast of you.
Okay. Yeah, I guess as we get everybody up, try to a bit of the quiet of the morning, kind of search for that pole if we're being led anywhere.
Nothing at the moment.
I would suggest heading south then, someplace warmer.
Yeah, I'm cool with south.
I feel like we've had our fair share of icy climates.
Boy, y'all gonna be pissed if I make y'all come back up here again? Yeah.
I was gonna say, I'm fully waiting for him to make us go to rest.
Well, I mean, hey guys, it's been a day and a half. Turn around.
All of us just middle fingers into the sky.
I mean, I was been in a mild bad mood, the entire time we were in this cold area.
I will note, you have one distinct bit of the imagery was a tower in frost. It is part of that mental dream that you guys have been having. Just gonna throw that out there.
Oh god damn it.
Just gonna preemptively give you all that warning. Like, by the way. So, would you like to go south?
If we do plan to go deeper into the cold and ice, I would like a little bit warmer clothes first. I think we need to be well prepared for deep cold as much as we can, because clearly we're not. I mean, sure, getting in a lake and getting water, you're gonna freeze. But
Yeah, let's try to avoid that next time.
yeah,
Ignoring the fact that I was the one who did it first.
just not like we left in a bit of a hurry trying to get up here. But if we were going to do
Yeah.
extended cold, Ari's like always going to be in a bad mood. And
Could I like do either like a history or a survival to like kind of figure out where we're at in the nearest town to us?
It would be a history check to try and recall towns. You do recall that this is a settled area. It's not completely devoid. You are aware that there are roving clans of individuals up in the frozen north. Now, so that's totally a safe place to go. You do know that had you gone on the other side of the wood, there would have been a village there, known for its being one of the few ports within the Teeth. This will give you a slightly lower DC on the survival to try and find Summerhelm.
Okay. I will ask for some guidance and assistance.
yes, and I do like I'm adept at like working with leather, but I think making leather would take time
Yeah.
in terms of trying to find a large animal and make stuff.
22.
22. You set off in a direction, feeling fairly confident. And it's about the time that you actually would have arrived where that creature was, not too far away.
Can we easily find tracks?
There is a single like standing track where they were, as well as very neat handwriting saying road with an arrow.
I mean, one, I think thank you. Two, I think can we trust this?
Oh, absolutely not. This person is out to get you killed.
I mean, could be.
What? Like,
Also, like, there's no trees right here, right? Like, I mean, you jump. There's nothing here.
There's nothing, nowhere to hide.
Sorry, go ahead, Aldrich.
so what direction does the arrow that says road point?
The way you were going.
Well, I mean, we were headed this way anyway.
Yeah, that's why we're going this way. Completely, definitely. I'm with that.
Well, I mean,
Okay.
we were headed this way before we saw the note,
Mhm.
and I trust in my abilities.
Wouldn't this be our abilities, sir, as you had to have help? Didn't you get assistance, sir?
I wanted to use the
ability.
first die, but
I feel that second die is...
I'm helpful-ish. Just depends on who you ask if I'm helpful or not. Do not ask Abrash.
No, decidedly not.
Before the previous day, the answer was like, kinda.
Depends. Now, no.
So Ari, walking on the northern side of the cart, as you guys pick up your pace again, there is a near popping sound, a crunching of snow immediately behind you.
Does it sound like at a pace that is like the pace I am walking?
It was an
Oh.
instantaneous. And what mainly catches your eye is you have that hesitated step to when you hear it. Is Sarah's waving at someone behind you?
Blink, blink.
But like
You don't
Her.
see that, Aldrix. You were driving.
Oh, fair.
like somebody dropping into the snow, like just
It seemed like
a
almost as if
sound.
there was no one there, and suddenly you heard a crunch right behind you. As you look over your shoulder, and if you could so kindly describe yourself, darling. If you have a picture to drop in the Monday chat, by all means do.
Do I have a picture? Sit. Yep. Hang on.
I could have sworn you did.
I wasn't ready to. Meh.
This sounds like I need to quickly draw and throw.
Well, she's right in melee, so I think you lose the throwing fight.
So the first and most notable feature, at a glance, is the stereotypical pointy, wide-brimmed wizard's hat. And they are wearing rather... I'm not sure how to describe it, just dull colors, greens of light cloth, of which underneath are bits of chainmail. On their back is a greatsword, and on their hip is a longsword.
Ooh.
And their face is a skull.
Oh.
Like looks like a skull, or like is a skull.
At the very least, missing important, soft, fleshy features.
Doubt Ari's gonna take your head.
I'm not sure if you caught the earlier part. Yeah. So a
So
creature suddenly appearing close to the cart, Ari would let the dart fall into his hand.
As that happens, unknown, you blink away again. Currently not in control of your situation.
Heck.
Give me a D8, please.
Did the creature just vanish?
Or shifted. Girls, take cover down on the cart.
There is a crashing sound on the cart. As give me an acrobatics to stay on your feet. Insert name.
Acrobatics.
As you come collapsing on all their supplies.
Perfect. Just perfect.
Appears on the moving cart and immediately just bites it.
I would say try to tackle them off the cart, but if they're down, it's not. That doesn't work.
Sarah pulls the brim of your hat back just enough to see your face, pat you on the forehead, and you blink away. One final D8 as you wrest control. You fall on your ass behind the cart, still slowly moving away from you. Haven't even gotten a chance to say a word.
Wait. When I heard the crash on my cart, I would have stopped the cart. For the record.
You look back and you see Adamant and the girls in the back of the cart looking at this now human-sized gap in your supplies knocked askew. And on the backboard, beyond the backboard, you see this creature who you're only just now getting a decent-ish look at, plop, butt first into the ground, into the snow.
They know how long it takes to organize all the rations.
What?
I don't
What
know
a
yet.
horribly uncomfortable cart. Have you not considered cushioning it?
What are you?
You.
A being, same as you.
Same as
I
me.
don't,
Oh, watch
I don't
out for
think
this
so.
one. And he just like points at Ari. He will get you. He has a knife. It is dangerous. He's quick to use it.
Second question. Who are you?
A good question.
Not one you have an answer to?
Not right now.
Third question. Why?
Not intentional. To be clear,
You see her form
I
shake and shimmer, almost blink as the residual magic bleeds out.
Roll an Arcana to see what the hell.
You may certainly try.
rude. What a rude check.
There is no attachment or addition to the tattoo. Aldrix,
Yeah.
you are fairly sure that they were slipping in and out of the astral, but you don't know how, because they were not doing so at the point in time that you, mind you, you didn't get a real good chance to witness it. But there is a strangeness, almost an otherworldly and out of placeness of this individual.
Until
While he's contemplating me with his rude questions, I will get up and dust the snow off. Like nothing wrong happened.
Yeah, this is just another day in the frost.
I will call to them. They don't seem bound the same way we are.
they don't seem
Bound?
bound to this plane. No offense.
You are bound. Interesting.
Well, we cannot. Most people I have encountered cannot shift between the planes, albeit at will or unintentionally, as your case may be.
It's terribly inconvenient. But I have a question for you. Do you have a normal habit of taking so long to read writing in the snow? Or the ground, or the dirt, or in the clouds?
Do you often leave messages without delivering them?
It was delivered, was it not? It was read.
No, it was left. Left is not delivered.
Potato, potato.
Right is delivered.
I am not giving that any satisfaction there, Ari.
Oh Lord. That said, unknown, you are at least aware of Summerhelm's exact location, having ventured out from there to try and pursue your own doings here within the frost and follow your own bits of information. And it was the previous night that you heard them discussing, trying to figure out where the hell they were going to go. Thus your generosity to try and say, hey, by the way, you appear to be lost. And you left the note.
Indeed. So, as you can see, I have no ill intentions, no harborings of nefarious thoughts. There really is a
Insight
town that
check.
way.
I mean, it's a good call.
Oh, heck.
Are there
Was I harboring nefarious thoughts?
Not that you were personally aware of, so they feel the truth from you. As we briefly lose Jero to the astral plane.
didn't say any words.
I heard you say, okay.
I said half words. Yeah, I think we're good. I trust this person.
You want them to accompany us?
If they wish.
I wouldn't wish for it, no. There's more important things to wish for, you know.
Okay, you're welcome to stay here.
What? you ever felt compulsion?
Of multiple types, multiple days.
As if there is a force dragging you along?
I believe that'd be described as hunger.
You haven't felt
However,
that in some time.
they do not seem to be drawn the same way that we are. As he kind of like gives a nod to the tattoo on his hand.
Which would make me wonder why anyone would choose to accompany us anywhere.
Adamant speaks
I
up
agree.
like, so awful our presence that no one would wish to journey with us. You
A little
maybe.
bit, yes.
Where you just
Yes.
I don't know.
Right. I mean,
Shit
they seem to
got
be missing
weird
the face.
all of a sudden.
That happens. You get used to it.
Does it though? I mean, like it hasn't happened to us.
I'm not saying specifically that, just weird things.
Like what?
You're the one who said there was weird things.
No,
I
said
know
it
what
was
my
your face.
weird things are. That doesn't mean I'm telling you what they are.
To be fair, Ari, since we come together, we have seen a lot of weird things.
That doesn't mean we need more weird though.
Uncalled for.
I see no issue with you tagging along if you want to.
Adamant speaks up,
Do I need permission?
But you cannot have any of our food. We are quite limited on our stock.
I mean, that's yes, kind of probably pretty true.
Okay. I haven't listened to my stomach in a long while. That's probably fine.
Do you not regularly have to eat?
I have chosen to stop paying attention to it.
The wind blows, and you realize there's a very gauntness to the creature. A wrongness.
Yeah, I can see that.
I'm trying to figure out what type. So whoever's before us can talk, so they have some flesh in theory, or it's coming out of entirely bones, but it has hair. I'm assuming that is correct for the picture. I'm trying to figure out like what type of the creature would this be. I don't know if this falls under anything that gets covered by Blood Hunter with their undead and Fae. Like during this conversation, like this is kind of eating away, trying to figure out what type of creature we are dealing with.
You are like there is that screech in the back of your head that this creature is not of the definable living.
Don't like that.
But they don't seem to be one of the known undead types. Like it's not a highly intelligent ghoul you're dealing with. This,
Okay.
you know, you have not encountered this nor any stories of this. You've heard of skeletons, true, but none with a degree of conversationalism and intelligence behind them, for example.
Yeah.
And none that still, as noted, have hair. But that could be a wig. It's up to you to try and check.
Where do you come from? Where's your homeland?
It may not exist.
But you were not always as you are now, correct?
Not always, I think.
Do you have recollections of what you were before?
Fragments, memories. Distant, close. They could be real, they could be fake. I could have made them up.
But that's not saying what they are.
Who are we to decide what memories are?
I mean, even if your homeland doesn't exist now, it did when you were there. You seem
Perhaps.
to want to travel with us, but yet answer none of the questions.
I wish for the answer of these questions too.
You're not going to find them with us.
Oh. I see.
Just walks away. All right, fine, bye. And campaign derailed.
Someone did catch him to play with us.
Now I have to run 3 Monday sessions. Cat trying to explain her existence just so she can run with the party. Alright, I'm going to need to be up for 8 a.m. my time every Monday.
Okay, you got it.
We will run a 12-hour session.
Fantastic. That's more than they get.
Oh, that goes
What?
yeah.
Jara, you.
He's back. Say again?
So you're going 8 to 8 with Cat. Then you have the LGS from 8 till 9?
Like, man, they know what they signed up for.
Gotta do what you gotta do.
Joke's on y'all, I'll be at the game store at 8, running both her session and their session
At the same time.
at the same exact time.
They just hear madness in the background.
But yes, let us continue. As I beg you to. Please continue.
Let's move on to Summerhelm. Maybe do some jobs, get some gold. That way we can buy everybody actual cold weather clothing who wants it.
Yeah, I think it's really just me. Like we got that close, but yeah, I mean, I would definitely be on guard and suspicion. Being here is another creature that has at least some sort of relation to undead, and there's still the 2 kids.
Sarah, for the record, has not stopped waving and beaming at this person.
Yeah, but I mean, you know,
Is she broken?
some kids. I mean, I would not say this, but you know, thinking that, yeah, some kids just perceive the world differently. You know, they
Not the greatest danger sense.
yeah.
She is enthusiastic.
One of my kids would go up to like an old guy sitting at the park and just sit beside him and strike up a conversation and try to sit on his lap at one point, and it was
Child,
kind of funny,
child,
but
no,
yes,
child.
yes, I have seen this.
Child, why you do this to me? But you will be arriving in Summerhelm as we pick up next session with your new companion in tow.